You're listening to the Sisterhood Travels Podcast. Join us as we explore the world, share empowering stories, and build lasting friendships. Adventure is out there, and sometimes it comes with extraordinary sisterhood. Ever scroll through those travel blogs? You know, the ones with the amazing photos. And you think, okay, I want to do that, but maybe not by myself.
Right.
Turns out it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Especially for women over 45. They're craving adventure, but also like real connection.
It's fascinating, isn't it? You hit a certain age, maybe you have the time, maybe you have the resources, but those big group tours, they just don't cut it. You want something more, well, meaningful.
Exactly. And that's where this deep dive comes in. We're looking at a company called Sisterhood Travels. And get this, they create group trips just for women over 45.
And that's not just some random age cutoff. We're talking about women who've, lived a little. They know what they want, and they're not afraid to go for it. Maybe even make some new friends along the way.
Right. It's like they're craving exploration, but they want that sense of belonging too.
Exactly. And that's where this whole sisterhood thing comes in. It's more than just, here's your itinerary, have fun. They're building a community.
You know what surprised me? A huge chunk of their travelers, like 85%, sign up solo.
Which tells you something, right? These women are independent, they're confident enough to travel alone, but they're also open to sharing the experience.
Totally. And it makes their roommate matching service even cooler.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about practicality. It's about those connections right from the start.
And it comes from the founders' own experiences. Stacey Ray and her late husband, Mike, they were huge travelers, like over 80 countries together.
80. Wow.
Yeah. And I read it was actually Mike who encouraged Stacey to take her first solo trip. She was nervous, but she said it was life-changing.
I bet.
And you see that whole idea of empowerment woven right into Sisterhood Travel. It's about encouraging women to step outside their comfort zones, knowing they've got this support system behind them.
It's more than a vacation. It's personal growth with incredible views.
Yes.
And speaking of incredible, these trips, they're not your typical tour group thing.
No, not at all. Sisterhood Travels is all about unique experiences. They get that these women want something, well, authentic, digging into the local culture, maybe learning a new skill.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
They had a trip where women learned to make pasta from scratch with a local nonna in Italy.
Okay, stop. I'm booking a flight right now. But seriously, imagine the stories.
Right.
It's not just souvenirs. You're bringing back experiences.
Exactly. And it goes back to their values, which they actually list on their website. Empowerment, adventure, safety, inclusivity, community, culture. It's not just talk.
No, it sounds like it's built into the whole experience, but how does it actually play out, on the trips themselves?
Well, let's take safety, for example. That's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're a woman traveling alone.
For sure.
Sisterhood Travels, they really get that. They choose safe neighborhoods for their accommodations.
Yeah.
Private transportation whenever possible. Even local contacts, like just in case of emergencies.
Which makes sense. A lot of these women, they might be traveling solo for the first time in a while. So yeah, it's like they're taking care of those worries so you can actually enjoy yourself.
Yeah. And because it's these small groups,
right.
It creates a totally different vibe than those huge tours.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of looking out for each other.
It's like a built-in support system from the get-go.
Exactly. And they even match roommates, based on what they're into their travel style. So those connections get even stronger.
Oh, that's smart. I love that. They've thought of everything.
And it's not just about connecting with the other travelers either. Sisterhood Travels is really big on that authentic cultural immersion.
Oh, yeah. I read about that.
Yeah, they work with local businesses a lot, especially women-owned ones, artisans' guides, that kind of thing.
It makes such a difference, right? It's one thing to see the sites, but to actually connect with the people who live there, especially other women. It's like that saying, travel shrinks the world. But in this case, it's like it's connecting it too.
That's a great way to put it. And it all comes back to Stacey's belief that travel, it can be transformative. It helps you rediscover yourself, that strength, that independence.
Which is so important, especially if you're at a point in your life where you're maybe looking for something new, a fresh start or whatever.
Absolutely. And their website, it's full of these amazing testimonials from women who say these trips were life-changing, new friends, hidden passions. They come back feeling like totally new people.
Wow. It's amazing to think about, right? They go home with so much more than just pictures and souvenirs.
For sure.
It's that confidence, those connections. It's like a global network of friends.
It's a beautiful thing. And it makes you realize the power of sharing those experiences. especially when they push you outside your comfort zone and you're with people who get it.
So for everyone listening, what speaks to you most about this? Is it that you've got the group, so it feels safer? Or maybe it's those unique experiences? Or is it just connecting with women who get it? It's all of it, right? But I think what really stands out for me is how Sisterhood Travels is changing how we see women and aging. It's not something they're hiding from. They're celebrating it. Right. These women, they're not slowing down. They've got all this experience, this zest for life. And Sisterhood Travels is creating a space where that's not just accepted. It's like, it's encouraged.
It's like they're saying, you've raised your kids, you've had your career. Now go see the world. Bring all that wisdom, all that confidence with you.
Exactly. And think about it. Those conversations, those shared moments, laughing over dinner in Tuscany, watching the sunset over the Sahara, that's a connection you don't find just anywhere.
You're going to make me cry.
Right.
Seriously, there's something so powerful about women supporting each other, especially when they're traveling. You're stepping outside your comfort zone.
Right.
You're embracing the unknown. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if we could bring that feeling, that camaraderie back with us, into our everyday lives?
Now that's an idea. And it all comes back to Stacey's vision. Taking that leap of faith, embracing the unknown, finding those connections in the most unexpected places. She's created something really special with Sisterhood Travels.
She really has. And hey, if you're listening to this and you feel even a little bit of that wanderlust, I say go for it. Check out Sisterhood Travels. You never know. It could be the start of your next adventure.
You really could. And as we wrap up, here's a thought. What if the most incredible journey you take isn't to some far-off place, but to a deeper understanding of yourself and the amazing women all around you?
Now that's a journey worth taking.
It is. Until next time, keep exploring, keep connecting, and remember, adventure's out there. And sometimes it comes with a side of extraordinary sisterhood.